who's actually going to get the most out of a portable 4K conference camera and speakerphone combo? Who should walk away and look for something simpler? And, for the everyday buyer who just wants reliable video calls without breaking the bank, does this bundle really justify its price tag? Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Those are the questions that keep most of us up at night when we stare at a blank Zoom window and wonder if we're about to waste money on a gadget that sounds great but ends up gathering dust. If you've ever tried to set up a video call in a coffee shop, a hotel conference room, or even a cramped home office, you know the pain points. The camera either captures just your face or the whole room in grainy 720p. The microphone picks up the clatter of the CAF, and the speaker volume drops the moment someone leans back. The Jabra PanaCast Meet Anywhere bundle promises to solve those three headaches in one portable package: a 180-degree panoramic 4K camera, a Speak 750 speakerphone with AI-enhanced noise reduction, and a travel case that fits everything in a zip-up pouch. On paper it looks like a just plug-and-play answer for freelancers, small team leaders, and traveling sales reps. The real question is whether it lives up to that promise in everyday scenarios. Let's start with the type of user who actually benefits. Imagine you're a consultant who hops between client sites every week. You need to join boardroom calls, present slide decks, and occasionally host brainstorming sessions with a few teammates. The panoramic view is a game changer because you can capture the whole table without having to shuffle the camera around. In a typical 10-person meeting, the 4K sensor still manages to keep each participant recognizable, which is something a standard 1080p webcam often struggles with when the room gets crowded. The fact that the camera automatically pans, tilts, and stitches the view means you don't have to be a tech guru to get a decent framing. You just set it on a tripod or a flat surface, press connect, and it does the rest. Now think about a remote team lead who works from home but needs a reliable way to sound clear in daily stand-ups. The Speak 750 uses directional microphones and AI-driven echo cancellation, so background chatter from a TV or a dishwasher is largely ignored. In my own testing, I placed the speakerphone on a desk with a laptop and a noisy coffee grinder a few feet away. The other end of the call still heard my voice crisp and the grinder was barely audible. That's the kind of practical benefit that makes a difference when you're trying to stay professional on a tight deadline. On the flip side, the bundle isn't a perfect fit for everyone. If you're a solo creator who records solo podcasts or streams from a dedicated studio, you probably don't need a 180-degree view. A single-lens 1080p webcam with a good lighting setup will be cheaper and still deliver excellent video quality. Likewise, if your organization already has a room-mounted camera system wired into the conference room, adding a portable unit might feel redundant, especially because the PanaCast requires a USB-C connection to a laptop or a small PC. Small businesses that only ever use one-tune calls will find the speakerphone's full duplex capabilities a bit overkill. A basic Bluetooth headset could cover those needs at a fraction of the price. Speaking of price, the value proposition really hinges on the anywhere part. The travel case is more than just a tote. It's zippered, padded, and designed to keep the camera lens protected from scratches. For a remote worker who spends half the week in co-working spaces, that durability translates to fewer replacements and less worry about damage. The bundle also comes pre-certified for Microsoft Teams, Zoom, and Google Meet, which eliminates the fiddly driver installations that often trip up IT departments. In practice, you just plug the USB-C into a laptop, the camera appears as a video source, the speakerphone shows up as an audio device, and you're ready to join a call. The seamless integration saves a surprising amount of time that would otherwise be spent troubleshooting. However, there are a couple of practical trade-offs that buyers should be aware of. First, the panoramic stitching algorithm works best in well-lit environments. In dim conference rooms, the camera can sometimes produce a slight ghosting effect where edges of the image appear fuzzy. It's not a deal-breaker, but you'll want to make sure the room has at least a modest amount of overhead lighting or add a small lamp. Second, the Speak 750, while powerful, does rely on a stable USB power source. If you try to run it off a laptop's USB-C port while that laptop is also powering a high-resolution external monitor, you may notice a dip in audio volume. The workaround is to plug the speakerphone into a dedicated power bank or a wall outlet using the optional AC adapter, which is sold separately. Another nuance is the learning curve for the camera's software. The Jabra Direct app lets you adjust framing presets, zoom levels, and even